in the warehouse working, and I won't be able to make a video today about a car because it's the X5, that's what's next, but there's no heat in here, so I'm freezing to death. So instead, we're gonna make up something like 40 pigtailed outlet covers for every single light in the warehouse. I thought we were gonna be done with all of it today, but my electrician had to bail around 4 p.m. instead of work until midnight like I was hoping. So we're not done. We're like mostly done. We did a lot of work today. Almost got to the point where the lights can go in. What's going on, everybody? Zapping 5, hello. Hello, hey, Boston, Rhode Island, how's everybody doing? Awesome to see all of you guys here. Anyway, I figured since I can't make a video, we have, like I said, like 40 outlets and boxes that need made up. So we will just hang out, chat, answer questions, and work. Hey, thanks for the comments about the family. A lot of you heard that like my entire family got COVID over the last, I don't know, handful of days, basically. Dad, my brother, my little sister, they think that they all got it from my little sister because she's at school, and she came back, and then they all ended up with the vid. So Dad is in the ICU, WatchJRGo, and my brother is at home, just hanging out. He pretty much said he was fine when I hit him up, so I guess he's fine. And hopefully there's more news about my dad by the end of the day. Really haven't heard anything real other than they might be able to move him to a non-ICU room soonish. Hopefully, but he's on a lot of oxygen, has the pneumonia, you know, that you get from COVID, so not a good deal, but we'll see what happens. But of course, it's not like I can go to the hospital or anything like that, and we're getting updates from my parents and my sister, so I'm just gonna keep working. Nothing else I can do. Anyway, we're gonna make up a whole lot of outlets. So I will try to answer you guys' questions. What's in the box? The boxes are all the lights. If you watched the video from last night, that is the 36 of the new LED lights for the warehouse. It's a huge pallet full. Thank you guys for all the comments. There's so many messages today about it. Crazy. I tried to catch up with a lot of them, but just there's a lot of stuff to manage at once. Somebody said, "What's in the box?" It's the lights. I said it was the lights. Come on. Yesterday's video answered all those questions. Anyway, if you guys have ever made up an outlet with pigtails, I've got all my like 6-inch pigtails made here, and we just have to kind of get them in there. So right now I'm doing the neutral side, and I had it done, and then it popped out. There we go. I use the impact to do these things. What do I think of a Mercedes-Benz 250 from '79? You're gonna work on that. We're not gonna answer any questions about the Guinea. So I don't know if I'm going to pay the gas company or not. That is the one thing I haven't decided. A lot of people are saying to rock, no, the lighting control system was $15,000. I didn't pay that. A subscriber, a huge thank you to the subscriber, really hooked me up on the lighting control system. We're building all this stuff together. Also, somebody, thank you for your super chat. It's really hard to see this stuff on the phone. The network terminations are from Amazon, not Monoprice, even though I usually do. AJ, you're not allowed to pay me back for food. And that other super chat I just missed, huge thank you for that. Guys, it's really hard to see this stuff. Jet Life Senior, huge thank you for your super chat. Weirdly, it's like in the middle of the screen on iPhone. I've never streamed from the iPhone before, but it's like an incredible camera, and I think it looks better than everything else. So hopefully it looks good. So I've got to make 16 outlets up that will have 16 outlets will be red like this, and 8 black and 8 blue. So that's a pigtailed outlet, and then I put it in a cover. This all takes a long time. So it's nice, busy work to just kind of hang out and talk. So getting the screws in this. When you're doing the metal stuff, you actually have to mount the outlet with outer screws and pop the tabs off it and all that good stuff. Have I ever been to Maine? I have. I have been to Maine. I've pretty much traveled the entire country on rallies and stuff like that. I don't know how much time I've spent in each state, but we went to Maine to get a Subaru earlier this year. That Subaru wagon. Pretty cool. Thanks, Mike. Axes, Thanks for watching the channel. No gas, just turn on your jacket. My jacket is on. Well, unfortunately, the jacket, my fingers are like freezing right now, so I don't really have the dexterity to do this stuff. Oh no, you never push the wires in on an outlet. No, I know it meets code, but not good. Don't do that. Always do a full wrap, tighten the screws down. That's how the pros do it, and it'll never have any problems. You'll never have any like overheating or anything weird. I did not see a Ubiquiti camera LTT just reviewed, but I have all Ubiquiti G4 Pro and G4 Domes here. So luckily I have the smart detections everywhere, and when people walk anywhere around the shop or into the shop and I click on the smart detection, it shows a tracked box around the person and like motion tracks them throughout the frame. So like every camera around the warehouse, anybody around here, I instantly have a notification and it shows me where the person's at and what they're doing. It's really cool. So that's the camera setup I'm running, and of course door access as well. And yes, our electrical system is very different from Europe. I just saw a comment saying that. Obviously around here everything's, you know, 110, 120. In Europe the standard is basically 220. Here in the US the 220 is reserved for big stuff like ranges, washers, or ranges, dryers, and you know, machinery. And then after you go big, we use a lot of 480 3-phase. This shop is all 208 3-phase. So I have some pretty big power here. Randy, thank you so much for your super chat. I didn't really see what it said, sorry, but I saw it pop up there. Let me scroll back. I gotta take my gloves off. Sorry about oh no, dude, thank you so much for the pressure washer. What happened is this shop, it must just be cold. I mean, sure, we keep it. Also, Brett, thank you so much for your super chat. Let's see, my brother said something here. I don't know if we can actually read what he said. Anyway, he said something. And, but yeah, don't worry about the pressure washer. I'll put a new pump on it. Chris, thank you so much for your super chat, for thinking about Dad. The whole fam has COVID. Somebody was asking who, but that's who. Anyway, there's another outlet done. I can do one in a couple minutes. Mike, going for the win on the super chats. You are the winner right now, $49.99. That's crazy. You guys, it's not a race. Pretty funny. But yeah, the pressure washer, I found the pump for it because it popped the other night when it was freezing, and I mean, it had been in the shop the whole time and it shouldn't have been that cold. I don't know what happened. It's really weird. Are you gonna put a PA system in? So we already have those EV EVIDs in the shop, right? Those are the EV EVID 6.2s with the 70 volt setup. And I'm running them on an Ashley amplifier. Would you ever MMA style fight Tavares? No, because I don't think either of us feel like doing that. That just doesn't sound fun at all. And yeah, I should have. No, the Unify lights are a dead project. I see that comment. And run some antifreeze through the pressure washer. That probably would have saved it, but you know, it's just something that always happens. Gas pressure washers, they got problems. But what were we saying? Back to the system. We're doing JBL's VRX line array in here because I've always wanted to run a VRX rig. And it's just gonna look nice and hang in the ceiling, be out of the way. Really the whole key to all of this is I wanna make sure there's nothing on the floor or anywhere around here. Coming to Chicago? I don't know. I think Legit Streetcars is coming down here. So we'll probably do that first. Breaking the tabs off the outlet here. So you just take your pliers. If you guys ever need to know how to do this, there's cut lines and you can cut whatever you want, right? So if you need these, you can use them as washers, which is pretty cool. The little side tab, right? Or you can break the entire tab off. Just go to the brake line, break it. Just like that. Now you got an outlet that fits in metal box. And then of course, we'll ditch all these screws. Buyers on the fluorescent lights. I did not find a buyer for the fluorescent lights. What I found was one guy showed up and he bought the nice big high bays I had. I had some V high bay lights that were T5s, the super expensive light. And there were 4 of those here. And he gave me $50. I said, I'll give you 3 of them for $50. And then he showed up and Zach was here and we were like, just give them all of them because we need all the lights gone. So I gave them all of them. And then he hit me up again later that night and was like, can I get, yeah, we are working on the lighting. He said, can I get like 4 more of the 8-foot fluorescents? And I was like, I'll tell you what, if you come right now, you can have all 50 of them. And he showed up with a trailer and took every single fluorescent light, which was perfect because it's right where we needed to get the scissor lift. Did I figure out where I'm getting the lifts from? I haven't heard from Daniel Cross yet. And like I said, yes, we're gonna epoxy the floors. I saw that question a few times. We'll do it. You guys will see it. Daniel Cross hasn't gotten a hold of me, and there was one other question I was trying to answer, and I forgot that. 6.0, the greatest diesel ever made. I'm pretty sure the 6.0 is the worst diesel ever. Maybe the 6.0 is the worst. Probably the worst diesel ever made. Insulation, we're planning on, lifts was the other question. Insulation, I'm gonna probably spray foam it if I can find a deal where I can afford to spray foam it. And lifts, hopefully Ben Pack. Obviously, I love Ben Pack. Gotta work with those guys. If not, we'll make some calls. Yeah, I do need lifts. Yeah, I know, everyone's commenting about wildfire lifts. Ben Pack gets their shot first because we've done some stuff in the past and I like those guys. I'm a big fan of them. Can CarMax do a bumper-to-bumper warranty on the shop? I wish, because they are super easy to deal with. Favorite brand of chips? I don't know, that's a tough one, Elliot. There's Elliot Alvis in the chat there. You know, Pringles are still pretty good, right? Pringles are just like the classic. I think those are, on the chip chart, those would be lawful neutral, right? They're like good, they come in a can, they're very portable. Pringles, good chip. Other than that, Lay's barbecue. I don't know, I like Lay's barbecue a lot. Car Trek team up, that'd be cool. Update on my F-150, I have an F-100, and there will be an update. But first, we need to do the Viper truck. The Viper trucks, there's so many emails about it, I just need to get it finished up and get it out of my life. So, hopefully soon, one of you guys owns the Viper truck. I don't need to own it. But there's just a couple little things that need to be done, and I'd like to have the lifts. Do you like Volvos? I love them. Those guys are great. Volvos are great. I've done quite a few Volvos on the channel. More than a lot of cars. Sit in the dark. It's kind of bright in here. I got the Milwaukee light in front of me, and behind me I have one of those warehouse lights pointed at the wall, just like the last video. We have a notary public in the chat. Yes, we do. Watch out for Elliot. He's pretty integral to the, you know, I guess that would be local government. I mean, you got to have notaries. Where's Gabe and Air Force guy? Gabe is at home. Air Force guy is at home. I think he was kind of planning on coming over today, but he's rebuilding his computer, and Air Force guy is Josh. Gabe was here the other night, needed the truck the other day. He's out doing things. Trying to catch up with all these. Thanks, Arthur. I am going to do insulation. Mike, thank you for your super chat. And yeah, I'll check out Power Stroke Help. Honestly, one of these guys is a Ford engineer and reached out when I was talking about the death wobble. And he was like, dude, we can solve the death wobble every single time. Hollow Primus. Thank you so much for your super chat. What's the plan for the shop? The plan for the shop is the ultimate car hangout, you know, work on cars, build stuff, like greatest shop ever built. That's really what we're going for here. And when you guys see it done, when you understand what I'm trying to do, I think you'll love it. Everything in here is Cat 6, just because you might as well do it. It's not like a big change monetarily. It costs a tiny bit more, but it future-proofs you, and you can sort of run 10 gig on Cat 6, even though you're supposed to have Cat 6A. Lights on top of the road case, part of the vision for the shop, in front of the balcony I'm standing right in front of it. It'll come out 8 foot, and right above that, we're gonna run 20 foot of truss. And on the truss, Golf, thank you so much for your super chat. The truss will have the line array. It'll have 4 18-inch JBL subs, 4 more JBL VRX line array hangs, and in the middle of it, all the lights will be there. All those lights, the ones I went to Vegas to get, some of the coolest lights ever from when I was really young and working on big lighting systems and stuff like that. Those will be on the ends. The Epic one, the Shapeshifter will be in the middle, and all the Mac 301s will be littered in between those. I don't know, I'd like to get an alignment rack, but the thing is, alignment racks need to come from Hunter, and Hunter doesn't work with anybody because they don't need to. Like every professional shop knows that Hunter is the only real like alignment rack. So that is why I'd like to have a Hunter. It's just so nice. Yeah, but all my electrician's tools are Greenlee or Klein, and I used to work for Cessna. Cessna is owned by Textron, and Greenlee is owned by Textron, so I got an employee discount on all of my Greenlee tools, and they're just as quality, made in America, and they're all amazing. I've had every single one of these for probably 10 years, and I use them all the time. Cornell Chad, thank you so much for your super chat. Air conditioning for the warehouse. Yeah, it has it. There's a 10-ton unit right behind me. You see that huge vent right there? That is actually, it might be a 9-ton or some weird number because we did the BTU calculation and it was slightly less than what we thought, but we have air conditioning. So all we need to do is power that up. You had a bad Greenlee punch down? I don't have their punch downs. I have both wire strippers, the linemans, a whole bunch of stuff, and it's all been excellent. Have you ever dealt with a fuel system vacuum leak, and how do you recommend finding it? Well, first of all, you should find every vacuum leak with a smoke machine. And if you don't have a smoke machine, you can buy a really cheap one on eBay. That way you don't have to buy the like $2,000 Snap-on one. The Snap-on one's cool, and you know, I think you can like adjust the smoke output digitally and all kinds of cool things, but you don't need it. And there's just one that's like a pot with a heater in it. And you can get that on eBay for, I don't know, 36 bucks, 40 bucks. It might be a little bit more. I found one that was used on Facebook and bought that, and that is a lifesaver. $1 guy has not gotten back to me yet. Go-to wing sauce. It's always like honey barbecue. I'm just a barbecue fan. Rally Gamer, huge thank you for your super chat. Something 2018 Ford Taurus SHO, I think. I love that car. I've always wanted to buy the SHO because I like low-key family sedans like that, and it can go really fast. But here's the thing, they didn't hold their value. I thought the SHO would kind of hold its value forever, but it didn't. Weirdly, they're really cheap now, and lots of people are having turbo failures. That's kind of the EcoBoost thing, right? So do it, because the turbos are pretty cheap, but, you know, just be ready. Jay, cheaper to get an alignment than buy equipment. Sure, it is, and also the Car Ninja has the greatest alignment rack there is too. It's the Hunter, the nice Hunter. So obviously, if you got the Car Ninja hookup, that's the move. But I would like to be able to do alignments in-house, obviously. That way I can hone my skills, help people out, stuff like that. I wouldn't bother him for other people's stuff, but I do bother him every once in a while if I need to warranty my stuff. I was reading Warranty Client Tools. Work on my stuff. An 89 Taurus SHO, I tried to buy one of those the other night. That's Doug's car, and it was amazing. Oh, I said thank you to Golf for his $10. That was my brother in there. If I didn't, thank you. I live like 5 minutes from old Hoodie, but now that I'm at the warehouse, I'm kind of a long way away. It's a drive. How am I going to make enough money to keep the place running? Well, first of all, we got the detail dudes, public-facing detail shop. So that's kind of a plan. And yeah, 30 minutes isn't that long of a drive. I just don't want to. Tighten down these outlets here. You should know that I'm friends with Hoovy. We've done like hundreds of videos together. Hopefully the stream stops cutting out. Uh-oh, it should be back. Please tell me it's back. Okay, hopefully it's coming back. Anybody? Okay, cool. I was a little concerned there, sorry. I was like, it better come back. Cool. So anyway, we're connected to the Wi-Fi, and you know, there's nothing else running right now, so there's no reason the stream should have died. So sorry if that happens. Let me make sure I tighten down. I missed a set of screws. Need to tighten down here. Cool. All right, we're getting close. We got 4 of our black wire outlets done. Yeah, Hoovy's been here a couple times. But I mean, we talk all the time. Oop. Hold on. Your best bruh impression? Hold on. Let me jump back up. Steve, thank you so much for your super chat, and thanks for thinking about Dad. Midnight Prowler, thank you so much for your super chat. Hope everything is awesome in Europe. Are you doing something to save utility bills? Switching to dial-up won't help. No, I actually have a pretty cheap internet plan here. And the utility bills, hopefully the lights cut the electric bill in half. That's kind of what we're hoping for. So really what we're hoping for. A string just came loose in my gloves and now it's going under my fingernail. That's the worst. Are you using the UDM Pro? I absolutely am. Unify UDM Pro. Do another Hoovie impression. Like, I don't know. It's tough to do on the stream. I don't know if I can jump around enough. Hopefully the stream comes back. I'm sorry if it's bad. There's nothing I can do to like save it, unfortunately. I'll stay on. What did I eat today? McDonald's breakfast burritos, one of my faves. The shop is in Kansas. Scott, you're driving cross country. I've not sold the R8. The R8 is sitting in the garage and I'm waiting to talk to, I need to hit up Eddie at HP Tuners and kind of see if we can get everything figured out. That needs shipped to Chicago. Favorite brand of dish soap? You're a Gain man? That's the wrong dish soap, bro. I use Dawn Platinum. You know, I drive a Platinum truck. You gotta have Platinum soap. Yeah, I'm sure you understand that. The main reason I use it is because it's foaming and I like the stuff that foams. What voltage are you running the lights on 120? I know they could run on 220, but it's just so much easier. Yeah, Dawn Platinum is crazy. It takes like, when you've got grease on your hands, it just comes right off. Works great on food too, I assume. Best way to contact me is usually email if you want me to have a chance to read it. A lot of other methods, I just don't have time to jump in. Feel bad about that. I got a crazy deal on the warehouse. Honestly, I think once the lights are in, if I needed to get back out of this place, I could probably sell it for another 100, maybe 200. We'll see, but I don't plan on selling this. Cascade 15X dishwasher packets. I think I'm running those too. What am I doing with the warehouse? Working in here. This is the new shop, and we should be able to work on 4 cars at once. That is really the place. It'll be a cool setup. We can't turn on the heat because there is no heat. The heater gave up on me. This old warehouse. Solar panels on the roof? I don't know. So for the longest time, they've been terrible, right? Solar panel efficiency has been the worst. But apparently my dad found some that he wants to run on his building, and if they're good enough for him, they're probably good enough, you know, because he is an electrical engineer. And that might be the move. I will have like a kitchen and bathrooms. How cold is it in the warehouse? It's probably about 39, 42 degrees, somewhere right in there. Sam, thank you so much for your super chat. 3K for the X5. Nah, the X5 is a legit giveaway. Sorry, I'm not gonna sell it or do any trades. It has to be a real giveaway. I'm not messing around. It's completely fair. That's the goal. Cars and Coffee, something. Cars and Coffee. Can't wait till Cars and Coffee is back. Would you buy another supercar? Yeah, like one of the life goals is an Aventador because it's a terrible car, and man, does it make me happy to drive that car. It's one of the most rewarding cars in the world. Are you going to paint the ceilings and walls? So, sort of, maybe. I don't know about the ceiling. The walls are probably going to get painted gray or something. Like, gray is the go-to warehouse color. 100% Jake and I were discussing it the other night. Another one down. It took a long time. Who has a spare Lambo? The steel shelving, we took that outside. We don't have a name for the shop yet. Size difference in shops between JR and Elliot? Well, Elliot's shop is amazing, but it's not actually primarily like a car shop. It's way cooler than that, and I don't know if he can. I'm not going to talk about it. That's his place to talk about it. The Lincoln is long sold. Yes, sold it 2 days ago. No space for cars. Yeah, he really doesn't, even though he has a lot of cars in there and a lot of lifts. Note, the police have not bothered me about the burnouts. They drive by every time, but haven't talked to me. So every once in a while, I'm like, guys, come hang out. Do a burnout with your cop car. Do I watch other YouTubers? Yes. Hoovie. And I watch Freddie, and I watch Alex, and I watch some car YouTube. But we're not gonna like get into it, so you guys don't think I'm like playing favorites or something. I watch other YouTubers. Do I need an extra set of hands? Always. We always need help. Come on, come loose. There we go. If you mess this up, the things will jam back in there. And putting together another outlet real quick, getting the pigtail on it. There we go. There. That one hit hard. Make sure that it never comes off. How's the Camaro going? Which Camaro? 67 or the 94? These are not GFIs. There's no reason to run GFIs. They're not in a damp location. They're overhead. So I have no use for that. Which, do you mean, what do you mean? In proximity to the shop or proximity to the house? Because they're both amazing. Actually, they're both really cool and I go to them both a lot. I just watched the Joyland. I don't know about actually like renting out any of this. You're rewiring an S10 headlight? I actually know Chad Burnett from CB Media. So somebody was asking about CB Media and his Thailand stuff. He shoots some cool stuff while he lives over there. When am I gonna get the rolls finished? We will get the rolls finished. That's the answer to that. When the shop is here, oh yeah, we'll cut these to length. We'll probably cut them down to 6. But honestly, it's just easier to make them long and then group them all together and hit them at once. So that's why I make them long. That way it's ready to go with the quickness. Do we need a building inspector? We do not, because we are not changing the service. I do need to, what we will have inspected is the gas line has to be inspected, but the gas company has to take care of that. And the sewer connection has to be permitted and inspected and is very expensive. Doing the sewer here, just to connect to the city sewer line is $1,000 for the permit. For the permit, a piece of paper, not for the install. How ridiculous is that? And then you have to pay them to use the sewer because they're actually already charging me for the sewer. Car shows at the warehouse in the future? Yeah. I was actually gonna invite all of the Nissan guys recently. I need to get them over here. Time for people to start hanging out, but I like to get the place done and kind of secure things before I start really inviting people. Clean power? Our power here is pretty clean in general, but I do have UPSs and stuff. Somebody asked what UPSs I'm running. Trip Light 1500 kVAs, 2 of them. The Grand National does not deserve the life it has. Well, that Grand National, they bought that swapped, and they are putting the nicest LS build in it, a super expensive LS build, and they just ordered all the stuff. You owe me $50 for talking about the permit. Is that how permits work? I'm pretty sure it is. It's just extortion. It does not cost $1,000 to drive out. Frank, thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks for watching the channel. Backup generator, I don't think so because our power usually isn't ever out that long. Yes, I'm torquing those screws to click, 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 click. Brown guy, thank you so much for your super chat. Yes, I still have the 67 Camaro and we're still grinding away on that bad boy. I just need to run down. The deal is I need time to go to the California. I got to drive to California with the trailer to pick up the new body for the Camaro. It's a long drive and it's going to take a week probably to go deal with all of that. Snap-on box? Nah, probably something else. How is the office? I would like to do LED panels over there. Seagate or Lutron. The lighting system is Osram and Celium. It's way crazier than anything Lutron makes. It's not a home system. It's literally for like skyscrapers and stadiums and stuff. So that's what we're controlling this place with. Any ideas on my next SEMA build? I don't know. I've talked to a few people about doing a SEMA build with them, and maybe one of these days we'll do it. Do you guys see those screws just go flying? I almost died. Just kidding, it wouldn't have hurt anything. How are the quick jacks holding up? Great. Those are awesome. I am going to put some walls up. James, thank you so much for your super chat. Nico, thank you so much for your super chat. Always late. Nah, you're just fine. This live stream might go on for a while. I have a lot of work to do. How bad is their RR engine that I sold to the Wizard? It's great. It still ran when we pulled it out. How could it possibly be bad? You guys saw it. Everything about that. I don't hide anything. All right, I'm opening up all these bags of screws. You really just have to cut them open. Because shipping the Camaro body is $2,000, I'd rather just go get it. It will not cost me $2,000 to drive to California. Robert Boyd, thank you so much for your super chat. Watching for the bag sounds. Sorry about the bag sounds. I have to use my wire strippers to open them. I saw LT1 for life comment, and nope, that's not the case. I don't even like the LT1 I have. Well, the early LT1s. A limo build? We kind of had a limo when we had that funeral limo that had stacks that I ate popcorn out of the exhaust. I loved that thing. The shop is for personal use. It's for the channel. And of course, we will have customers, sort of. The detail guys will. But yeah, we kind of had a limo. Next car purchase? I really don't know. Hope those are the stainless Grinley strippers. They are. They even say stainless steel. Stainless steel. There you go. Chris, thank you so much for your super chat. Disco ball with active lasers. How about I wanted to put an RGB laser in here. Dad has been to the warehouse, and I would assume he likes it. I mean, he likes when people are working, so I work. 944 is fine. Drove over here, and honestly, it might be time to sell it because I'm not driving it for a while, and I could use the space. Dyno coming soon? I don't think so, but maybe. I do know who South Main Auto is. You like the C8? I think that's the best car of 2020, no doubt about it. Richard Poole, thank you so much for your super chat. Can you work for free at my shop? On my stuff or your stuff, or like what are you talking about? Yeah, the dyno that is a possibility it was 125,000. ICT Billet bought it, and now ICT Billet is making so many parts, hopefully for you guys, that they need to get rid of their brand new dyno. So they want to sell it, and they want to sell it for what is a very, very reasonable price, and it's a lot less than 100K, and it's all-wheel drive. It's the new Dyno Jet with every single option. And as far as I'm concerned, Dyno Jet is the best dyno. So, do I watch Autovlog? No. Isn't that's like old school media car stuff, right? Like road and track kind of thing. Dion, thank you so much for your super chat. What do you think about building a Factory 5 kit car for a customer? What do you want built? Tell me. I don't know if I'll see it. If it's a GTM, yeah, I'm very interested in doing a GTM. Here's the thing, a GTM is going to cost you $100,000 because it seems easy. It seems like you just buy a Corvette and put it in the GTM body, but no. And if you want the 818 or whatever that is, the Subaru-based one, it might be like pretty reasonable. And I would love to do that. I want both of those for myself. So I would do it if I could play with it for a while, probably. It'd be a lot of money though. Gotta be honest. Am I doing a colored floor? No. Yes. Solid gray. Is that a color? I don't know. Like, that's the most boring thing there is. But I'm not going crazy and doing like a bunch of weird like pearl and stuff because it just costs so much money. I got an insane deal from the guy who did the Car Ninja shop to do this shop. Like, unbelievable what he said he would charge me. It's like, it's just dirt cheap. I think he's retired and he wants to just do some stuff and make some money. So he offered me a crazy deal and I think I'm gonna take him up on it. Will you fight Hoodie, Mike? Thanks for your super chat. And no, I don't know why everyone wants MMA fights from YouTubers. Can't we just watch UFC? Come on, guys. That's literally a thing that's on TV. Are my neighbors happier? I don't know. Nobody really cared before. Like, it wasn't ever that many cars. It might have got up to like 5 outside or something like that. Why would you fight? Yeah, I don't need to fight Hoodie. That's what I'm saying. Why would I fight Hoodie? Okay, moving on. I made a whole bunch of hooks and some ground wires. That was what I was doing right there. So those will be going on some outlets. And this is actually the fun part. The ground is the one that's always easy. Way easier than the rest. See? Done. Sign the contract to fight Hoodie. I mean, what's the contract? He might be down if we're both getting like $5 million or something. That's like the typical UFC fight price, right? I know that the little guys usually make like 50 grand a fight. So Eric's always filling me in on UFC facts because I'm not like big on UFC. I don't actually know anything about it. He's always like, this is what they make per fight, maybe 50 grand. And then you figure what it cost them to get there, they didn't make anything. So you have to make title fights if you actually want any money from UFC. Yeah. Jonathan, thank you so much for your super chat. Ah, hold on, I gotta go back and read it. It scrolled through in like 1 second. Where do I find all my cheap cars? I only use Auto Tempest and Facebook Marketplace. And the best thing about Auto Tempest is it searches Facebook Marketplace. Hi from Portland. What specific services will your shop provide? Jonathan, again, thank you so much for your super chat. We're putting in 4 lifts, and there will not be any services other than detailing, as far as I know. I might have some friends that will like work here with me, but it won't be like public-facing car services for the most part. I spend so much time making videos. I don't know if it's tough to like even put numbers on it, but pretty much every minute of every day, I wake up and follow up on what happened between when I went to sleep and when I woke back up, and then I head outside and I start working on a project, and I need to be done with the project by 9 p.m. And then I have about 3 hours to edit the video so that it can be up at, well, it's 2 hours to edit the video and 1 hour to get all the metadata and everything on YouTube. So that's why the videos are out at 11:45. That's an entire day. That's how long it takes. Have you considered daily videos? I pretty much always make daily videos. That is what I do. When I miss, I'm very disappointed in myself. I try so hard. As soon as the shop's done, I won't miss anymore. What are you most likely to finish first, the John Deere or the Rolls Royce? The Rolls Royce, 100%. The Rolls Royce is my baby. It's just, what we did with that car is unbelievable. It's all of the greatest parts in the world, and I love that thing to death. So it will get done first for sure. Also, the John Deere is kind of hard to move. Okay, let me try to catch up on. Will you make a dealership? Bin pack, hopefully. I don't know about opening a dealership. There's a lot of strings that go along with opening a dealership. And I don't really want to own a dealership. I don't know. We'll see. Ahmad, that's the answer to your question, your dealership question there. I saw you posted it like 100 times. Why does your jacket glow? Because it's hot. It is. Here's the thing, this jacket's the wrong size. It's the large. I'm more of like a medium guy, and you need this jacket to fit really tight or you don't feel the heat, like it just kind of sits in there. It doesn't really heat you up. But if you can get one that's like fits against you, or if you cross your arms, this jacket's amazing. It'll feel like it's 100. 2 super chats at once. L something or other, thank you so much for your super chat. Casty 617, what do you recommend, a Titan or a Ford? Well, what do you want? Do you need a half ton? Because the Titan can get the job done really, really well. Do you need to actually like do a lot of work? F250 or something. F250 Ram 2500 limited. Range. I don't know what range meant. But yeah, this is the heated hoodie. Does it make your armpits sweat? Not one bit. There is no heat in the armpits. The heat is right here. Like, this is it. I can feel it right now, kind of between those lines. And there's also a little heat section on the back, but there is no arm heat. How much do you want for the Viper truck? 18 grand. It's a good deal based on the market and the fact that it's a clean title. It's still cheaper than like everything else. Cheese or sausage? You need both. I don't know how sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit every time. Cam and Maria. Let me scroll back. I do like the AT4 a lot. It's a beautiful truck. Thank you so much for your super chat, Cam and Maria. I hope that everyone's better really soon. 12K I offer you for the Viper truck. Well, I owe well over 12K, so there's literally no chance I'll consider that, but thanks. What do you think of Rich Rebuilds? I think it is the funniest car channel on probably the entire planet right now. Rich is incredible. I forgot to say, I don't miss any of his videos because his ads are better than the entire video usually. Like, who doesn't want to just sit there and watch Rich Rebuilds ads about VPNs? They're incredible. I'm an idiot. I just put this outlet in and like finished everything and didn't put the neutral and the hot wire on. I'll get it. Hold on. I'll sneak this thing in there. Sneaked. There we go. Good work, son. Okay, here we go. Another one. I gotta sneak this one too. Hopefully you guys can see this nonsense. My gloves are right in the way, huh? This is how you have to do it when you put the plate on first. Any thoughts of renting one of the buildings? Yes, I have actually talked to a lot of people about renting the small building. The big building was bought just for the channel and will never like be rented out like that. But I think we can cut the electric bill in half. That's really the hope. Have you met Derek from Vice Grip Garage? Negative. Estimate on when the building will be completed. As soon as possible. I need to be working in here. I like making daily videos, and you gotta have a space to do that. What do you think of Sam Crack's stepmom? I honestly haven't really seen anything about that. I saw like one Instagram post. Will you do a price breakdown? $18,000 tomorrow for the Viper truck? Done. Send me an email. Like that's your truck. I'll finish it in one day. You're a joke. You can't wire. What? That's hilarious. I have to ban that fool. This is literally like beyond code, better than anything else. This is how you do it correctly. You do anything with Dennis Collins? Negative. I haven't. Dennis Collins seems really cool though. The Jeep man. The Jeep man. Can you do a price counter? I'd love to, but like sometimes I don't even know. We just do the work. There's a lot of this comes down to time and getting videos out in time. So I don't question any of it. I just do whatever it takes to make sure you guys are seeing a video that day. Have you worked as an electrician before? No, my dad's a licensed master electrician and I grew up working on everything with him. Let me look at this super chat. Michael, thank you so much for your super chat. Looking forward to some flip videos. Me too, but we did just do the Lincoln. Just did the Lincoln. And there will be more. How much do you want for the Porsche? I don't know, 4,000, done. I haven't even put a price on it, but why not pay for a video editor? Because the video editor would have to be able to tell stories about cars, because that's what we're here to do. The edit tells the story, and it's tough when you're doing a lot of technical stuff. I do a lot of like highly technical car stuff, and I don't explain any of it. I know a lot of you guys know. That's why most of the people watching this channel are like hardcore car guys, because I am bad about explaining like basic concepts. I just kind of expect people to understand like all of the like legit automotive concepts right out of the gate. So I kind of gloss over things that I shouldn't, and I should really be spending a lot of time talking about, but the edit has to tell a very technical story really, really fast. So I apologize for that, but also it's just how I do it. So I do sometimes wish we spent more time explaining stuff. Will you add a proper detailing? Oh man, let me read that. Will you add a proper, would you cannonball with Ed? Sure. I definitely need to do a cannonball run. It's one of my life goals. Can you show installing one of these? Detailing, sorry, one of those disappeared. So installing one of these is like super easy, right? We'll have all the wire pulled in, which is honestly like super easy. It's 3 wires, right? We'll have your ground, hot, neutral. And on the boxes that aren't end run, you've got 3 sets of wires in there. You've got the pigtail for the outlet, like this. You've got the feed coming in, and then you've got the rest of the circuit going out to the end. And then on the end one, you literally just strip, wire nut the 2 together, and it's done. So it's really, really simple, and there's 2 screws in the box. It's very simple. I can't really show installing it because we haven't pulled all the wires in. They're all laying there, about to go land in the panel. So I wish I could, but I can't. Corvette Foster 40, how's Lamborghini, and are you keeping the R8? I'm keeping the R8 for a while, till we get it 100% fixed. I sold the Kia Optima long ago. I think I covered all of that. I made pretty good money. I think $1,000 on that flip, and I paid Josh $1,000 on that flip. So, we all made a little bit of money. Why don't you use IAA or Copart? Hawkeye 318. Thank you so much for your super chat. I do use Copart. I actually bought the Kia that we're talking about from Copart. And honestly, I almost bought another Copart car for you guys a couple nights ago. What? Who was that? Micromanage. Okay, first, that's an amazing name. I love it. And thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks for watching the channel. Outlets need taped around the terminal? Well, they don't. It's like a recommendation, and I hate it because then when you go to work on it, you have to untape it, and it's a nightmare. And since these are single gang in a 4-square box, it doesn't really. So it's great that you do it, but yeah, and I have ground pigtails. I'm gonna build all of those in the boxes right now. So that's why I've got tons of ground wire here. I'm actually out of like neutrals and hots, and we're gonna build a ton of ground pigtails. Yes, there is a proper detailing center in the building, like out of control detailing center, just like Chicago Auto Pros. Those guys, once we had that subscriber meetup up there, we talked a lot. I've known Jason for a long time. He's one of the owners up there, and he talked me through what they do. And I was like, yo, can you give me some specs so I can copy this for our little spot in Kansas? Because it's not like we compete. And he was like, absolutely. So we should have one of the greatest detail days in the country, which I'm very excited about. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the last one in black. And then I move on to, I need 16 outlets in red and 8 outlets in blue, even though the pigtail color is not that big of a deal. I'm just doing it because. Cadillac guy, thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you so much for your super chat. Something about DeWalt or Milwaukee was in there. Well, there's no power at all. Like this stuff's not even landed in the panel. So it's very off. Ever watch Ammo NYC? I absolutely have watched lots of Ammo NYC. He has lots of really cool stuff, and he's kind of an OG in the game. A 6x6 rolls, huh? All these people want to buy the X5. The X5 can only be given away and sold for $1, you know. It'll have to be chosen. There's no buying it for any amount of money. How long is this live? I don't know. As long as we want to stay live. As long as you guys want to hang out. Make sure you tape your receptacles. I hate it when people do that. That's what we're talking about. So we did just talk about taping up the outlet. I hate it. Look, there's no exposed wire at all. Sure, the screws are, but the insulation stops exactly at the outlet when I do it. I don't leave any exposed wire that would need additional tape or anything like that. Possible PPV Caprice build. So after I spent some time driving legit street cars as Caprice, which was incredible, I was in love. And I would love to have a Caprice PPV. And I looked at them on eBay for a bit, but they're so expensive. They're so expensive. So let's hang out until midnight 30 when Scott gets here. I don't know, man. That's a long live stream. I don't even know if we have enough battery for that. Collab with the Stradman. I'd love to work with James. I meant to ride down there on the Goldwing. Did the guy pick up the X5? The answer is no. Mud Dauber, thank you so much for your super chat. Did owning a building negate any rebates on something? I don't think so. Thoughts on Goon Squad, boys? Built some cool stuff. Stephen McCulloch, thank you so much for watching the channel. Everything Hoovie does too. Thank you for your super chat. I could definitely not use the pigtails, but pigtails are just nice because you can throw the outlet away and swap them in like minutes. What was the other super chat? CK9101982. Thank you so much for your super chat. Just picked up a 65 Chrysler New Yorker. That is awesome. That is an old school New Yorker right there. Also, all of chat just disappeared. How do you make a comeback? Got it. Keep selling or keeping the Goldwing. I love the Goldwing. I think I hit all the super chats, but let me look. Mud Dauber, thank you so much for your super chat. I'll try to get a not like this shirt. It's really hard to get the shirt company to get shirts out. Like, I hate to say that, but man, they make my life difficult. Josh, thank you so much for your super chat. Oh, well, yeah, thanks for jumping in here and chatting and watching the channel. We have AC in here. The dimmer wire may go internal on this one. On the other side, it's external because obviously it's 0 to 10 volt. It's low voltage. It doesn't matter at all. This time I might put it in the pipe just because it's easy to put it in the pipe this time. The shirt company is Bunker Branding. And yeah, my shirt company is Bunker Branding. Somebody just suggested them. They're amazing, but they won't make shirts for me. So I don't know. I've tried many times to get new shirts made for a whole lot of stuff. When you wrapped my Daytona, what Daytona was that? It would have been a long time ago. Brad, thank you so much for your super chat. I will keep doing what I do. We're gonna keep doing it forever. Detailing cars for anyone? Yes. The detailing side will be public. And yes, eventually we'll get people in here. Thank you for thanking everyone for your super chat. Well, thank you for your super chat. Vacation time 24/7. I've never leased a car. I'm not really into the leasing thing. Leasing is something you do if you like don't need any money out of the car. If you're just using the car as an appliance. I don't have a lot of appliance style cars. Bunker Branding does make my merch, but they won't design new merch. We've had lots of conversations, nothing works out. Let me jump back. We are gonna put a big screen in here. The TV is gonna be 12-foot diagonal. It'll be the biggest TV on all of YouTube. Bill Chase, thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks for watching the channel. Gerald, hit me up. I'd love for you to design my merch. If I send them designs, they'll print it, but they won't make me designs. CarMax F250 is definitely not leased. I've never leased anything. I don't understand why people do it. I mean, I kind of do. Do I miss working at LSI? I never actually worked for LSI. I always worked for NetApp. I went there right when they got bought out. So I was at NetApp for many years. Many years. All the way from Liverpool. Thank you so much for watching, John Mack. I saw your chats. Don't worry. Don't worry. Impala SS or Marauder. I'm a pretty through and through GM guy, but I love the Marauder and I love the Impala SS, so I don't know. Bob, thank you so much for your super chat. Has Tyler let you drive his new rides? I told him I was going to come over and drive the Countach, but he's been tied up for like the last week, so one of these days. Do I like Hoovie's Countach? I love it. It's so much better than the old Countaches. That is, the 25th anniversary is incredible. Do you ever consider working on motorcycles? I worked on a lot of them. I had a NetApp Santa A2000. That should be a pretty small system, right? Pretty old school. I've done a lot of NetApp. Hella swap the new Corvette. That's a downgrade. Yeah, I always support TSE3 at NetApp SS. I did our VMware integration products. Opinions on Alfa Romeo, broken. That's my opinion on the Romeos. Always, like, man, the reviews are bad. The 6.0 Power Stroke's not reliable. I assume you're just trolling, right? Like, that's the most trolly comment. I got myself a 6.0 Power Stroke. It's not gonna need bulletproofed. You're wrong about that one. Wesley, thank you so much for your super chat. Did you take an astute weapon out of the stimulus car? I absolutely did. I did not sell it with that. Which movie Bumblebee Camaro is your favorite? The first one, right? Like the 5th gen. I feel like that's the only answer because it's the original. Or the early, I think there was like a 67 or something. That one would be pretty cool. I like the North Star more than I like the 6.0. Oh yeah, the AFF A2. Okay, so All Flash was like towards the end of my employment there. We did a lot of it, but a lot of people were already like on All Flash arrays and we were trying to move them over to the AFFs. But I supported, like, since I was doing mostly VMware products at NetApp, I didn't really have to deal with the hardware side too much because the NetApp arrays just work, like, no matter what. Especially from my point of view, if not, the hardware guys are fixing that. Hey, 116 click right there. That's what I'm talking about. Who's in the ICU? My dad. He's got the COVIDs. So hopefully there's an update by the end of the day. I haven't heard much lately. VM sucks? What? What? VMware is by far the best hypervisor in the entire game. What sucks is Microsoft Hyper-V. It's the worst thing ever. I can't stand it. Hellcat or Camaro? The Hellcat, every time. I'm gonna buy all the Camaros, right? I'm gonna buy all 6 generations of Camaros, but the Hellcat's undeniably a better car, but it's very different. They're hardly comparable. Casty616, thank you so much for your super chat. How'd you get so, yeah, Hyper-V is terrible. I love that everyone else is agreeing. Yeah, so I worked on cars with my dad, like, my whole life. I don't know how to, Dell Compellent is, you know, it's a workable solution. All storage is pretty workable to me since I really worked on our VMware disaster recovery stuff. Hellcat is a pretty street legal race car. They're quick. Yep, VMware for life. So yeah, I worked in IT for like 12 years. I definitely worked in IT. And YouTube was what I wanted to do. So we chased that and worked until I could do YouTube. Do you have any other businesses moving in with you? Not other than the detailers. The 6.4 is a more reliable engine than the 6.0, guys. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Opinion on the new Mach-E Mustang. I had one pre-ordered, which I was super excited about. And then the Cybertruck dropped. And I immediately dropped that Ford pre-order and ordered a Cybertruck, which will probably never come out at this point. But hey, whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's make some more ground straps. I need to actually go get more neutrals so I can make more outlets. Be productive. Would you build a go-kart? I want to do an LS go-kart, like that one that I saw at LS Fest. So hopefully you saw that. Somebody had literally like a go-kart frame with like a LS 5 from the GXP mounted on there. And with instead of like a transmission, they just put like a gear on the bell housing. And then they had like a belt with an idler pulley for a clutch, which was hilarious. And that's what I'd like to do for a go-kart build. I want to have a little LS go-kart to drive at LS Fest. A K-car build would be cool. I like K-cars. Pineapple on pizza? Yes. The most divisive opinion ever. Is that building already insulated? Yes. And I'm probably gonna have to cut it all out if we're gonna do the spray foam. Do you dunk Oreos in milk? Yes, I have the special tool. I don't know if you guys have seen the tool. It's just a hook that hooks your Oreo, right? And you can put it in the milk. You should get one of those if you don't. They're like $1 on Amazon. I got one for a present. And the best part about it is you can leave. Arthur, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you for watching the channel. Let's see if there was anything else to read there. Sorry, got my gloves on so I can't scroll back. Go with no insulation. Let's not. So what I do is I usually take a Mega Stuff Oreo, right? And then I do the twist, and I double it up so that I have a double Mega Stuff, which is the ideal Oreo as far as I'm concerned. Do you roll or fold your meat? On sandwiches, who rolls it? Am I hiring? No, I'm not. What do you think about the 12th Gen F-150? Is that the 21? Is that the 12th Gen? Because it looks incredible. Super cool. Question on the new Ford Bronco. I tried to pre-order that too, but you couldn't get in on the website. Bite my bits. Hey, driveway repair fund. What are you doing? Come over. I assume you're next door, right? Oh, it's the weekend. I forgot it was Sunday. Are you planning to visit the UK to see real cars? I would love to come over there, but I don't think any of us are going to Europe or any other countries for a while. You have to like prove why you're going over there. You have reasons and stuff. Civic FD2 making transmission humming noise while driving. Well, don't drive it then. Humming stops. I don't know what like all Civic transmissions are bad. So that's your answer? Opinion on Corvairs. I love the design, but they blow up sometimes. It's not a good car. LS swap a new GMC Canyon? Nah, I like the 5-cylinder a lot. We actually had a Colorado with the 5-cylinder, and it was awesome. Am I close to Ardmore, Oklahoma? I'm probably 3 hours from anywhere in Oklahoma. Thoughts on the rally Porsche Singer did? That looked cool, very cool. I like it a lot. I like the rally all the things thing. Fix the leaks on the trans. Yeah, the thing about Civic transmissions, they fail so fast that they're super expensive. Super expensive. Have I come up with a name for the shop? No. Yeah, and what you should do on your Civic transmission, because it's going to die no matter what, once it starts dying, all you have to do is a busy day with 3D printer. I'll have to crash the party one day. Thanks, Bye Bits. Thank you for your super chat. He's a neighbor and another IT channel. Just run Lucas Transmission Fix in your Civic transmission and then buy another one from a salvage yard and get ready to swap it when it dies. And that's your answer. Super easy. Be ready to swap those cars. Car enthusiast guy, thank you so much for your super chat. I replied. But yeah, just be ready to swap Civic transmissions. Where do you look to find cars to flip? Auto Tempest, Facebook Marketplace. I mention that one a lot. '09 Civic Si. Yeah, well, the manuals never die, right? I mean, the Honda manuals are incredible transmissions. The Apple car doesn't exist, so I don't have anything to say about it. The 6.0 is not, it's not reliable without bulletproofing. I've never seen one. We bought one, right? Eric bought one. Dragon Storm, thank you so much for your super chat. I don't know anything about it, Jump-a-con. I really don't watch that at all. And people thought that I watched it and spoiled the thing at SEMA, but I haven't seen any of it. So anyway, what were we talking about that was actually good? Need to like scroll back. How many plugs are you wiring up? 40 of them, because there's 40 lights. Server rack install, I need to run up to Oklahoma City, which I planned on kind of doing tonight. I might end up having to do it tomorrow. But yeah, the rack will be here soon-ish. Whenever I run up to Oklahoma, a subscriber offered me a free rack, and it's a really nice mesh one that I like. So I was like, yeah, I'll run up to Oklahoma and come grab it. So tonight or tomorrow. What happened to the Saturn Sky? Gabe bought it. Yeah, Honda autos are bad. Honda manuals are incredible. Honda autos in like the minivans, for some reason, never die. It's weird. Weird. Do you want to take my ZR2 off-road and make a video? Is it the new ZR2? Those are pretty cool. Have you worked on rotary engines? I used to have an RX-7 FC. And the RX-7, what happened was I bought the RX-7 as like a flip, right? And it was a 89 or something, whatever the FC years were. And we got it for 750 bucks. And then Zach bought it from me, or Zach bought it, and then he traded it back to Eric and I for like a Nissan Altima because he wanted a reliable car, which was pretty funny. So he got his like sort of reliable car, ended up selling that after we put a system in it, and the RX-7 I ended up with at my house, in front of the house, right where all the cars used to sit. And there was a Ford Taurus, the old school Ford Taurus. I don't know, it just looked like an old Camry. That was parked in front, and then the RX-7 was parked behind it, like the cars always were. This girl came around the corner of my neighborhood, bombing through the snow in like the one day it would have snowed in Kansas. She comes around hot, hits the Taurus, and the Taurus hits the RX-7 and crushed just the front bumper and like messed up one headlight on the RX-7. So her insurance company showed up and wrote me a check for like $8,000 for the two cars that I had paid $750 and $300 for. So we made like $6,000 on that flip. It was one of the greatest things ever. I let them take the Taurus, and then I bought the FC back and kept it. And we took the FC out, had some fun with it for a little while, and then I wanted to go drifting it. So I took it out on a dirt road, and we were just driving that thing flat out, right? Because rotaries are made to be like driven on the limit, really. And it didn't like that at all. It died after like 20 minutes of it being driven on the limit. It was old, and like a coolant passage popped, and I sold that thing just minutes later, right when it blew up, right? I drove it to a guy's house that like hit me up on Facebook and said he would buy it for 500 bucks. I was like, it's broken. And I mean, it was gone minutes later. So I ended up making, I think, $6,500 on the RX-7 and the Taurus. It was a great deal. The hookup. If you want to hit one of my cars that's a flip car, feel free. I will not ever be upset about that. Update on the builds. Well, all the cars moved to the small building, which is kind of nice because I can really secure that one. It has gates and they're all locked up and everything like that. I had to move them all so we could do the ceiling stuff, all the lights and all that. New Trailblazer and Abomination. I don't know. It's just weak, honestly. So the Trailblazer isn't much of a car anymore. It's just a boring crossover. I've answered this 1,000 times. I get cars from Auto Tempest and Facebook Marketplace. Always looking for sponsors. Always down to work with anybody. Yeah. I know the ZR2 Bison Edition. I've seen those. You watch Jay Leno's Garage? Who doesn't watch Jay Leno's Garage? But that's like big media. That's not really, it's hardly YouTube. Cherry Coke for the win. Favorite repairs to do? I don't know. Anything fun. I just like working on cars. Thoughts on GM's new logo? It's horrible. Do my neighbors miss the collection? I don't know. They've all come over here to hang. So I think they like hanging out. Do you watch Hoodie's Garage? Obviously. What server rack? Like I said, a subscriber is giving me a rack. and it's an old compact or something. He's got a couple of them, and it was like, come get whichever one you want. Monthly payment on the warehouse, we have a whole video about that. Go check it out. If you go back in the warehouse playlist, there's a whole video about what this place costs. I well underestimated the utility bills. They were out of control when I got them this month. The first one I've got. Are you running ESXi or Kubernetes? I'm actually typically running Player because I don't need to virtualize multiple machines. In the warehouse, though, we will run a full ESXi build. So, yeah. Is this a repair shop or strictly just content? Well, it's both. Like, the cars are real and the cars get sold. So it's kind of both, but it probably won't be public facing for repairs on my side at least. What's your favorite piece of old school car audio? The gold Pioneer Premier or the Macintosh receiver that's in the Ford GT and in most Ferraris for some reason. All Ferrari guys bought that Macintosh. So I love those. Did I sell the Sidekick? Yes. Tell me about the camera you use. Right now, the Sony ZV-1 with the cheap wide angle lens off Amazon. Will you do a video when you set up the ESXi host? Probably not. Probably not. Will we offer paint corrections? Yes. It's not my, yeah, it's just the lighting in here. My eyes are not bloodshot or anything. It's just like a really tough light situation. It's one Milwaukee light on a stick. I answered the repair shop one a lot, many times. You buy the Trackhawk if you want to go fast. You buy the Gladiator if you want like the coolest Jeep ever. Most people hate that thing. Have you ever thought about doing a Gymkata video? So we took the 350 into the warehouse next door and we just sent it for a long time. I did so many donuts over there because I'd never actually driven into that warehouse until we moved all the cars there. So right before we did that, we just went hard with the donuts and it was really good. I've got the video. The camera almost hits the car many times. It's really fun. What tech channels do you watch? Just LTT. Back in the day, some Unbox Therapy, but Marcus every once in a while. I'm trying to like catch up, but obviously like I need to run and grab neutrals, but it seems like if I step away for like 3 seconds, we lose like hundreds of viewers. So I hate to do that, but I am dying. Like I need to blow my nose and I need to grab a drink. It's cold in here. I'm freezing. Sorry. I don't watch Jay-Z 2 Cents. I know about his car build because all the comments mention it, but I've never watched him. There's just not that many, there's not that much time in the day. Do you watch Scotty Kilmer? No. Like it's a sometimes thing, right? Because we watch it like when we did the Hoobie's Maserati giveaway, I was there for that. That's the last time I watched Scotty Kilmer. That Kleenex is already in the trash. I have a whole bucket for trash. You gotta have the Lowe's trash bucket, you know, classic move. All right, give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna go cut off a huge piece of neutral and a huge piece of blue and red, and we'll be back on track because I gotta make so many red outlets. So a couple seconds. Oh, my legs don't work. It hurts. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I got a bunch of wire. I don't know if it's enough, but I just rolled it off there and cut as fast as I could. All right. O'Reilly's, I like those guys. Don't tune out, you'll be right back. JR, I have not left the building. So hopefully 2-post lifts are coming soon. We'll see. Let me get all these wires lined up so I can cut all this down at one time. I'm never going to buy a Yugo. There's your answer. No. What do you think of Rob Dom's 4-rotor? Oh my gosh. It's one of the most beautiful cars I have ever seen in my life. Of course, he had it at SEMA when we were hanging out last year or whatever, 19, right? And gosh, the fab work and just what Rob did with that car, it's out of control. I can't say enough good things about that. Where's the 350Z? In the other building. The Aventador is terrible because it's terrible. right? It's an antique. It's got that V12 in it, which is like the greatest sound ever. The worst transmission ever. It's so wide. I mean, it's just like, the transmission's what's bad. Everything else is pretty awesome, but it's the greatest, worst car ever built. And I can't say enough good things about how terrible it is. There's really no car that I appreciate more than that thing. Maybe the McLaren F1, maybe. I know it's sacrilege to put a maybe there, but I don't care. I like that thing. Do you think you'll go through with the gas line? I don't know. We'll see. I should have got more neutrals. I'm an idiot. Sorry, cutting down my, I needed a whole lot of extra, it is cold in here. 50 degrees isn't cold. It's way colder than 50 degrees. Currently outside the shop, it is 34 degrees, which means it's only slightly warmer in here because this place does not retain heat. So it's probably 38 in here. 50 is what I keep the good building. I keep the nice building at 50. There's no heat in here at all. If there was heat, I would not be wearing my hoodie. I'd turn it up. Do you watch Mighty Car Mods? Once in a while. Is your credit score godly? Maybe. The big heater stopped pulling diesel in. So I do not have the big heater, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would be 70 in here. Like I said, if the heat worked, I would be working on cars. Because I just need to be able to, the new pump is sitting on the counter. Where? Where's the pump at? I would have already changed it. What's the best LS swap? I don't know. I've seen so many good LS swaps. It's just so good. Greatest platform ever. Cutting these things down. Got tons of them. Basically, you just chip, chop, chip with your wire cutters until you've got a couple hundred of these things. LS Miatas are great. There's that one on 1320 that lights up the tires at like 80 mile an hour and it's on like sticky 20s. Man, that's one of the greatest things ever. I do watch Stradman. I like James. He's got an Aventador. Come on. It's hard to cut 4 of these at once with these strippers. I don't want to tear them up. They need to last me another 20 years. Getting there. Almost cut down. When are you going to work on a 5.0? We actually pulled the 5.0 out of Josh's Mustang, his Fox body, and we shot a whole series working on the old Fox. And I didn't release any. It was like 3 days of work. And I never did any of the edits on that because people wouldn't watch when we were doing that stuff. So I just left it. It's on my hard drive to this day. Do you watch the Grand Tour? I watched season 1 and half of season 2. And then I think everyone stopped watching the Grand Tour. So, what for? We got Car Trek. Will there be another video on the John Deere 420? Yeah, one of these years. I got a lot of work to do. So the gas line runs under the sidewalk, and the gas company is going to break the sidewalk out, the city's brand new, beautiful sidewalk. They're going to break out 3 squares of it and horizontal drill it. I can't shortcut that or do it cheaper. The main is directly underneath the sidewalk. So that is why it's going to cost $6,000 more in addition to the $6,000 that they're paying. Do I have an off switch? Nah. I just work. How's the white gal you gave the brakes to? I think her car is good. I don't know. Live shop web camera. No. I thought about it, but it's just kind of too much to set up, and it would take a bunch of my internet connection, which is really slow. So unfortunately, nah. Put me down for Fox body content. Maybe we'll release those videos. They're really old. Everyone's gonna be like, why are you putting this out? Doesn't look much different. Can you buy the Porsche? Absolutely, Chris Risley. And it is an auto. It is the 3-speed 944 non-turbo. Almost done here. The latest Grand Tour special. Everyone is talking about the new Grand Tour special, and I'd like to see it. I assume it's on Amazon. What's for dinner? I don't know. I haven't figured out dinner yet. But I need to eat pretty soon. Getting pretty late here. 6:30. Haven't ate in a long time. So here's the thing. Nobody likes it when you put LSs in Fox bodies. There's a comment about that, putting LS in a Fox body. But it's either a whole bunch of people hating on it or a whole bunch of people saying this has been done 500 times. And they're both right. It's a better engine. Still drinking liquid ice? Nah. Can you bend the loop in the wire with the pliers? These are the ones that have the bend hole, so yeah. Get a used oil heater. I'd like to do that, but they're kind of really expensive. And also they sit on the floor typically, and I want it to be just clean in here. We're going for clean. Ever ride Go-Peds? Kind of. Something I always wanted when I was a kid, but never got. Second channel for quick edit content. I don't know what that would be. I just kind of only know how to do the fully produced content that I make every day. I'd rather just keep making full videos every day, and as soon as this shop's done, it's on. Full, big-time videos every single day. All right, I gotta get my gloves back on. We got a whole bunch of wire made up, and we'll make a whole bunch of outlets. I do not have enough neutrals. I got like 7. Ingersoll Rand is better than Milwaukee for what? If you're talking about it really with nothing, there's just nothing that Ingersoll Rand is better at. I love, you know, I'm a pretty set on always having the best tools the first time so you never have to buy them again, right? So all of my air tools are Ingersoll Rand, and there's no doubt they are the best at air tools. No one comes close. The Snap-ons are just absolute weak compared to what Ingersoll puts out, especially they've got like a 1,500 foot-pound air impact. The Milwaukee little impact is 1,500 foot-pounds. 1,400 is the half-inch, and now they've got a 3/4 and a 1, and I think their 1 does like 2,200 foot-pounds. There is not one air tool out there that compares to a Milwaukee. So Klein or Knipex, both. I use Knipex for the pliers, and I use Klein for a lot of electrical stuff, but honestly, most of the electrical stuff is Greenlee, like I said. You have to have Knipex pliers because they're amazing, but I use the Craftsman branded ones because they're cheaper and exact clones. So there's your answer. Can you buy the F-250? Absolutely not. You can buy it when it has 124,000 miles on it, and I'm gonna go get another one with a warranty. So, am I going to get the Lotus? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But huge thank you to Mancuso Auto in Chicago for letting me drive that beast, because it was a lot of fun. That's a good car. Somebody said that I was wrong about it needing more brakes, but it needs more brakes. Have I ever had a 6.0 Power Stroke? I started on that story. Cooper, thank you so much for your super chat. So we were talking about how terrible the 6.0 is, and I forgot. Eric went and bought one of those from a local dealership, and it had just a tuner on it. And we picked that thing up, clean truck, ran very well, and for my birthday, we drove it to Memphis. And we got about halfway to Memphis, and it started making, channel locks are better than Knipex? No, because the Knipex lock, right? So the key is the locking. I'm sure they probably have a clone. But anyway, we're driving the old F-250 with the 6.0 to Memphis, couple hundred miles in, and it starts rolling white smoke out of the exhaust. And I was like, this is not good. So anyway, we went ahead, like obviously we weren't gonna stop. So we drove on to Memphis and we limped it back home. We never got on the throttle one time that entire drive, and it made it back home. And the dealership actually bought the truck back, and they were like, well, it's gonna take like a few weeks for us to get the cab off and do head gaskets because, as always, a 6.0 Power Stroke's terrible and it needs bulletproof, and it hadn't been bulletproofed. Well, they got the cab off, and after like 3 weeks of them working on it, they gave Eric all of his money back for that truck. I have not owned an Avalanche. I've worked on it, but there's videos about it. And we'll do an Aztec one of these years. I think I answered all that. Anyway, the dealership with the F-250 was like, we'll give you your money back. So they gave him all of his money back, and he got a Ford F-150 King Ranch, which was really nice. It was great. Gasser. Great truck. Well taken care of-ish. And I heard that they resold that diesel after they got the cab off of it and did all the work, and the engine blew after like 1,000 more miles, basically. Like, it's so bad. And if you don't have, I do need a mod, but there's only 2 mods, and I don't think either of them are around. There are permanent fixes to the F-250 death wobble, and it's caster shims. You have to have a brand new steering stabilizer, and you need caster shims, and a couple other things, maybe the tie rod. It's not a tie rod though, tie bar. You can fix it, but it's just kind of tricky. So I think we covered F-250s. What are you gonna do with the racking that you brought outside? I want my dad to take it because he can actually use it. But the problem is it's so tall that once we put that giant rack on a trailer, it won't clear any stoplight or power line. Track bar, that's what I was trying to say. Couldn't think for a minute. So yeah, that giant rack will be almost 20 foot tall once we put it on our big trailer. So to get it to my dad's, we need to like zigzag through stoplights. So we gotta wait until like, first we probably need 2 forklifts, which we have. We could double fork it up onto the trailer and then wait till like 1 in the morning. And maybe if we had like a front car to kind of clear traffic, we could squeeze it through all the lights without having to get clearances or do anything like that and just take the dirt roads back to his shop. It's just a really, really hard move. So that's why it's still out there. I was very disappointed in the Fujifilm X-T4. You guys hated it too. The comments were, what are the plans for the walls and ceiling? Spray foam, paint, kind of. Yeah, I don't want a police escort. You have to pay for that. I'm not paying for something I'm giving away. Yeah, I try to ignore all the spam comments. Anyway, there was another, oh yeah, the X-T4, yeah. So, the X-T4, it looked beautiful. Like when it was in focus, what a camera. I mean, it shoots basically like a cinema camera. It shoots like 442, 10-bit. What a camera, but it just can't focus to save its life. And its continuous autofocus is terrible. So I finally got that thing sold on eBay a couple days ago. I didn't lose too much money because luckily it's still a current gen camera. And we're going to we're going to keep using the Sony ZV-1 because it's doing a really good job right now. And then maybe the A7 III, because I think the A7 III is like the ultimate camera for YouTube. There's probably nothing better. If you need like cinema quality, there's tons better. But it does not work for daily content. There's not a camera made that compares to the Sony, basically. All right, I'm making these things quick. It seems like I haven't got much done there, but there's a huge pile of them. Shout out from New Mexico. How's it going in New Mexico? Best car you own currently, the F-250, always. The F-250 is incredible. I don't know why anyone would think I wouldn't love that truck. That is the best truck built, maybe the Ram Limited. I will say the Duramax is probably the best drivetrain. My dad's always had Duramaxes, and I always said I would buy a 10 or an 11 Duramax and drive that forever, but the F-250 is kind of untouchable. It's like the only thing you need. I'd love to buy the Ram, but you know, it's $90,000, and I got a crazy deal on this thing. Is Subaru the move, Nico? Thank you so much for your super chat. Is Subaru the move? I think that's up to you, right? Are you into boxer engines and oil pump failures and things like that? I like Subarus. Marcus, thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks for watching the channel too. So yeah, I love Subarus, but the thing is most of the ones that you end up with are old and cheap and ready to break. That's the answer. If you buy a new one, you're probably good for a long time, or you got a warranty. So it's just tricky. Least favorite modern car, the Nissan Versa. Probably my least favorite of all time. It's absolutely terrible. What about the R8? It's in my garage. It will be going to Chicago, and then there'll be an update. I don't want the A7S III. It's too much camera. We also looked at the A7 Compact quite a bit, but it's not exactly right. It's close to right. Yeah, there's nothing like my truck. I could sell everything else. What's the go-to order at Burger King? I think you just get a Whopper or chicken fries. I don't really know, because I don't eat at Burger King that much. Yeah, the R8 is completely fixed. It's fine. Like, I could drive to Chicago, but they want to ship it, and I do not want to drive that thing going slow and having to baby it the whole time. I want it on a trailer. Tractor and the jet ski. Jet ski needs to move over here, and we'll get it done. Should you lower your Scion XP? Well, you just shouldn't stance it, but you should buy the factory lowering springs. They're really cool. The ones that Scion sold with it, KYBs or whatever they were. Chicken fries are 99 cents. It's the hookup. How are you planning on insulating the shop? Spray foam. Thank you so much for your super chat. How did you and Hoovie meet? Through car stuff? I think he remembers the story. I feel like it's terrible to say that I don't actually remember it, but like we've been friends forever, so I don't know. It's been a long time. Years. How can you say nothing? What are you talking about? Nothing is wrong with. I don't care what's wrong with that F-250. It's a daily. When are you putting up lifts in your shop? It's the minute we have them. the minute we have them. LS1 Trans Am, amazing car. You'll probably never have an issue. Like nothing goes wrong with the 4th gen really. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna lose the 4L60 if you have an auto, but the T56 cars are awesome. And of course, that's like one of the original, most bulletproof ones. When are you putting that new engine in the A6? As soon as we have lifts. That's like, the lifts are really key to this whole operation. Does everyone in Kansas know everyone else in Kansas? Yes, it's a very small state. It's a huge state without a lot of population. What airplane are you taking lessons in? Typically a 182. Sometimes the 172. Are you using super micro servers? The storage server is a super micro, but it's probably not gonna move over here. And I have a Google appliance that's also a branded super micro. I haven't used that. Can you put links to the wire? This is Southwire 12 gauge solid from Lowe's. Okay, so Lowe's.com, 12 gauge, 500 foot, THHN, I think. Hold on, do you wanna know is it THHN? I'll tell you. This is, you've asked like 1,000 times. Ah, yes, type THHN, there you go. Or THWN. So, there you go, that's your link to the wire. Lowe's.com. Type in 12 gauge solid wire. Or, you know, Amazon. You should definitely go to Amazon. And I could get you an Amazon link. I would actually take the time to do that. But I'm not doing it because I'm on my phone. All right. What's the wire? What's the wire? What's the wire? That's the wire. Do you like good car systems? If you mean audio, yeah, it's a huge part of my life. I live for audio. Are there going to be any other YouTubers sharing the shop? Negative. There will not. All right, we're back to work. We got a ton of pigtails ready to go. Oh man, now we are cooking with gas. We're going to put these things together so fast. I say that and immediately slip. Come on. Favorite music? I listen to basically everything. I listen to a lot of music. There we go. Cool. TDI diesel swap to 944. I haven't. I would do an LS. 05 Yukon Denali XL. Well, what could be better than the 5.3? I love that truck. Love that truck. Lexus cold start rattle that goes away quickly. And it sounds like lifters or something. Sounds like you should look into that because there's not a lot of Lexuses with bad rattles as far as I know. So, Toyota builds good engines. How long until you redraw for the X5? Soon. I'd like to make the videos where we fix it and then make it disappear because I'd like to have the space back. Next Copart car. It was almost a Suzuki SX4 last week. Why? I don't know, but Wichita used to be the Suzuki capital of the world. We sold more Suzukis here than anyone else because there was a dealership that just crushed the Suzuki sales. And when Suzuki quit, when they pulled out of the US, this local dealership bought all of the Suzukis they could get their hands on. Like everyone in the country basically, and shipped them all here. So we ended up with tons of Suzukis, and I should be able to find parts here. But it's just, maybe I won't find parts, which is tricky. Something about Weston Champlin. Yeah, why are you not doing this in one of the offices? I don't know, because it's a lot more fun to work out here. Hyperstrike, thank you so much for your super chat. What APs? These are the Unify AC Pros right now, but I have the 6s coming. The 6s are on the way. No, not soon. Soon. The winner of the X5 does have to pick it up. I'm not going to ship it. I'm not going to eat the cost to ship it. What's the best car brand to buy? I don't know. It depends on what you want. What do you want? The answer is always, it depends. I don't call myself LS man. No, would I? Absolutely not. I work on everything. I like working on everything. I would, but she's in prison. Oh, is Elliot talking about Amber? Yeah. Hoovie went into O'Reilly's the other day. Hoovie calls me, right? It was pretty funny. The man calls me. I'm up on the lift, like pulling wire or something, and I was like, I can't talk. But of course, I'm always going to answer in case he needed something. So he's like, I just went to O'Reilly's, and I walked in, and they knew me from your videos. He was like, can you imagine how embarrassing that is? He was like, I came in there to ruin all your secrets. I was going to tell them everything about Amber, tell her that she went to prison for tax evasion and all that stuff, and it was really funny. I was like, all right, man, I gotta go, but that's hilarious. I don't even know what happened. The phone just ended. I was talking on my watch because I was on the lift, so I don't really know what even happened to our call. He just disappeared. Thank you for sending some warmth from the Bahamas. It's still cold, even with the jacket. Like, whew, the jacket's barely getting it done. All right, all right. Trade the two. The Tundra's not a real truck. Everyone was like, buy a Toyota and you wouldn't have this problem. First of all, the Toyota only built a half-ton. The new Titan is like, yeah, Titans are really overbuilt. They're way better than the Tundra. The Tundra interior is terrible. I mean, there's probably people that like it. I do not like the Tundra at all. The truck drives like it's huge when it's not, and it's not like good at anything either. And the F-250 is so good. If you want a real truck, you buy one of the three that matter. You know, GM, Dodge, Ford. If you want a truck that's a really, really good daily, you buy a Titan. And probably a first gen. If you want a truck that's bad at everything, get yourself a Tundra. The old Tundra, though, the one that Amber had, that truck is amazing. The new Tundra is the one I hate. It's really bad to drive. It's really bad in every way. But yeah, the old gen Tundra, Toyota knew how to build a truck back then. That was probably one of the greatest half tons, right up there with the Titan. So I will never buy a new Tundra. I don't know why it's even a suggestion. It can't do anything. At least the new Titan has that little baby Cummins. Heated sweater was $200. I'm gonna sell it and get the right size next year. I'm probably still gonna get 150 bucks out of it, I bet. It is Milwaukee, holds its value. Yeah, so anyway, I will never buy the new Tundra. It's a very bad suggestion. Well, yeah, they don't break down, but they don't do anything either. So like, it's very good at not breaking down, super reliable. Toyota knows how to build reliable. Sorry if you own a Tundra. I have very strong opinions about how terrible that truck is to sit in and drive. Will the BMW make it to Florida without breaking down? Probably. The BMW is great. That's gonna be a great car. It's gonna everything that we knew. Yeah, I do think that the baby Cummins is bad. So you're definitely right. It has electric heating elements in it. I do love the Tacoma too. All the old little trucks are so good. So good. Everything pre-2017 if you want little trucks. If you need real trucks, you need that new stuff, you buy one of the big three. And if you always needed a real truck, then you're still buying the big three. Anything over half ton. You charge the sweater with a Milwaukee battery. So if the sweater goes dead, right, I just unzip this pocket. Here you go. And then you reach in here and you pull out this Milwaukee battery holder, right? And then you got more M12s because you got M12s everywhere, right? Yeah, all old trucks were good at being small and were very good. Anyway, I do need a 30 series graphics card too. And if this thing goes dead, you just pop out the battery, pop in another one, hold the button for 2 seconds. Yeah, the Frontier was great. The Nissan Hardbody was great. All those things were awesome. And I think it was probably about time to change the battery anyway. It lasts 2 or 3 hours. It says sometimes 4. I love the Nissan Titan, hardcore fan. So we're done talking about that. Anyway, let's see what the battery was at. We had 2 bars left. And I changed the battery right before the stream started. So we made it 93 minutes and there were 2 bars. Have you ever driven anything faster than the Shelby Clone Rampage? First of all, the Shelby Clone Rampage had to be kind of babied because it was an antique. I didn't ever like beat on that thing. It was quick and fun. What a cool truck, right? The Rampage, I mean, if you guys haven't seen those videos, you might watch them. That was a cool, cool car. It was all swapped out of a Shelby Charger, fully built. Like all of the ground effects were really well done. It was a cool, cool truck. Anyway, it was from the 80s though. And that's always a bit of a problem because it was all old tech and the turbo system was super old and it was starting to have like vacuum lane line issues. Can't think. So we looked into that and I worked on a little bit, got a few things fixed, you know, tried to solve oil leaks, do a tune-up, and ended up just not driving it much because it's from, how long is she in jail? Elliot, look what you've started. Good old Elliot Alvis. The new Bronco is great. Anyway, back to the Rampage. It just needed a lot more love because it's so hard to keep those 80s cars running that are like riddled vacuum lines. I had like 50 vacuum lines to control everything. So I sold that thing, and it was not ever fast, like fast. It might have run a 14 on a good day in the quarter mile. That's what I would guess. It sure was cool, and it was fun because it had so much character. Tax evasion jail time. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Prison. Hard time. Oh man, I'm dying over here, guys. I'm dying. I love what you've started here. So anyway, everything is faster than that thing though. Like, have I driven things faster? I mean, I'm sure you've seen me driving twin turbo Lamborghinis, and I've driven 8-second cars. Never anything faster than 8s. So, yes. Start a bail fund for Amber. This is hilarious. If you guys think this is real. EcoBoost or V8, both. I love them both. The new 5.0 from Ford is incredible, and the EcoBoost in the trucks is incredible other than turbo failures. So if I bought a Raptor, I'd buy the new one. Would you get a GT500? Yeah, especially the new one. Oh man, I miss your GXP. But there was only ever one video about my GXP, right? 2, because I did the headlights in one, and in the other one I did the spinning vent thing, which was like a problem with those dashes, and it was really cool. I never really made any videos about that car, I don't think. The GXP is for sale still at a local dealership. Pretty funny. I sold it like 6-7 years ago. All right. It's super funny, but everyone's gonna think she's actually in jail. This is so funny. I love that it's finally taking off. That's what Hoodie was telling him at O'Reilly's. Oh, it's so funny. So yeah, the GXP was forever ago. Elliot, you did a good thing. Oh man. Elliot is one of the greatest trolls. Super funny. Saw the shotgun video? That's an old school one. We were shooting Josh's old shorty. What are your thoughts on Racelands? If you gotta run Racelands, you run Racelands, I guess. I do sell all the cars when I'm done with them for the most part, except for what's in the collection. So the flip stuff goes away really fast. Andrew, taxes theft. Oh man, well thank you so much for your super chat, Andrew. We do need a mod. Nico, thank you so much for your super chat. What do you think about crypto? I have a couple hundred in Bitcoin right now, and that couple hundred 2 months ago before it doubled was like $60, and it was that whole $60 was free money that I got from Coinbase. And if you want the free Coinbase money, I'll post a link on Instagram later. So you can go get that without, you can have a bunch of crypto. Like you can probably get like, I think $150 in free crypto. Thank you so much for your super chat. Will you pimp out my 2020 Tacoma? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so you don't want to go buy Bitcoin right now, obviously, because like if it goes down and you spent 40,000, I mean, obviously you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You could buy like $1 of it if you wanted. But yeah, it's not the time to buy. Anyway, my $60 that I got for free is now 150 or something today. So that was a great investment. I'll make Elliot a mod if he posts. Let me get my gloves off. I'll try to solve the spam problem for you guys. Give me 1 second. When will you sell the Viper truck? Whenever anyone emails me. It was at 40. All right, how do we add to Amber's Canteen account? Oh, hey, yeah, add moderator. There you go. Jared is now moderator, and we could make Elliot one too. What do you think about the 392, the Dodge engine? It's amazing. I love that thing. First, they're super cheap, man. Like used 392s. Whew. Cool. All right. Now somebody ban this Ford Freestyle comment because like it's a Ford Freestyle. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but you only have to post it once. The Honda Helix is at my house. And we are going to do the Scootski build soon. I just need to get this place. I need some heat and a place to work. We'll move it over here. That's the Honda Helix update. It's so much fun. That is one of the most fun things to ride. Challenge rebuild, Land Rover runs, or, oh man, disappeared. I've definitely owned the Range Rover. Used to deliver Bitcoin machines. Pretty cool. ASIC miners probably. Would your LS swap a Freestyle? Yeah. I don't know if it would fit, but it'd be cool. What do you think about the Ford Freestyle all-wheel drive? You know what the good one is? The Ford Flex, okay? I don't know why anyone cares about the Freestyle. The Ford Flex is one of the coolest cars ever built. And you can get it in like the Platinum trim, and it has a refrigerator. What else do you want from Ford? It's the same platform as like the SHO and all that good stuff. And I'm pretty sure you can have it with turbos and a refrigerator. What else do you want? EcoBoost Flex, it's the ultimate. Am I hiring? Not right now, maybe. I don't ever plan on hiring employees. It would just be nice to have a camper van. That's the only thing I would be hiring. The Flex is amazing. What's your favorite Milwaukee tool? I don't know, I put a lot of time in on this. The jacket's really good, and the 1/2-inch impact gets used a ton, and the die grinder is really good. Here's the thing, you kind of just need all the Milwaukee tools because you can replace every tool you own with them. And then the battery system works on all of them, and they all last forever. It's just good. The Flex is good for everyone. Families, old people. It's like a crossover that's also really cool. Threaded rod cutter? I don't have that one. What I want is the copper pipe cutter. That's the man. And I want the Bluetooth wheel impact. The one where you can set the wheel torque. Call Tyler on live chat. Probably gonna get banned if you keep posting that. Because I'm not gonna do it, and I'm on my phone, so I can't call Tyler. Who's the guy sneaking around behind me? Nope, he's not there, I checked. Hire Linda. I think Rich has leaned on retainer. Would you ever build a street drag car? Legit street cars, this PPV was amazing, and yeah, that would basically be a street drag car right there. The Flex is the only cool crossover, isn't it? The other one might be the, what's the little Land Rover that's not a Defender? The baby disco or whatever, it's kind of cool. No one's behind me, it was a joke, so I checked. For fun. Solar panels? I don't know. Where did you learn all about electrical? I've done it my whole life with my dad. We've built a couple of steel buildings. Oh shoot, I went too far, man. So I over tightened that, and if you over tighten it too much, you gotta go way back. But when I do my covers, there we go, we're good. So I make sure, now the Evoque's cool, but it's a terrible car, very, very bad car. I gotta make sure every screw is lined up on every single plate. Now the Evoque is not what I was looking for the little disco, the new disco that's tiny. It's probably better than the Evoque. The Evoque is like the worst car they ever built. The Range Rover ever built. It's very, 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 very bad. I can't even say it enough. There's plenty of proof. On the internet. Wow, that was a whole box of outlets and we're not even close to done. All right, I'll be right back with an entire new box. No, the screws don't need to be vertical. I want them to be horizontal. I just like the look. It's not like it matters. Screws got to line up though. Oh, the Velar is really, really good. The Velar is like the coolest. SVR, up and down, not side to side. No, I'm going side to side. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna run. Okay, we're back. We got devices. 20 more of them, 10 more of them. Kidding about the 20. And 10 more covers. Right? Yeah, 10 4-square cover. All right. If your electrical's not OCD, what are you even doing? It's all got to be perfect. Every pipe in here is perfectly symmetrical because I found an electrician that's as OCD as me. There's a big stack. Rip all these outlets open. The rolls is at my house. It'll move last. It'll be the very last thing to come here. Whoop. The Mach-E order got canceled. We've covered that in this live stream and many times because the Cybertruck, if it ever does exist, will be one of the coolest cars ever built. When do you think the warehouse will be done? Hopefully soon. Viper truck is an 05. I will not, the Rolls is already broken. I don't need I would never blow it up. I love that thing. All of the engine, the trans, it's all the best stuff you can have for the most part. It could have an 8-speed. If you were genuinely OCD, you'd use a torque wrench. Yeah. Breaking the tabs. What's the torque on those screws? As tight as the lock nuts will go, and then backed off and the lock nut advanced until the screws sit straight the way I want. I don't need scissors. These things come right off. And then I pop the screws. Get ready for the new screws. The Rolls will never get blown up. It has $30,000 of parts in it. It's literally like the greatest thing ever. I'll never sell it, and I won't blow it up. I don't know what you're talking about. The Rolls is like a lifetime, a life goals. Why are you using T-slots? No, I don't need 20 amp outlets. Honestly, the actual light load is 2 amps, right? So obviously I didn't need to run 20s, but we started with 20s because I wanted it to be the best electrical system in the world. And I kept doing 20s because it needs to match. So that's your answer. It is not, Ned. It's probably the greatest car you've never even touched. Never will come close to something like that. The Rolls is perfection. Anyway, back to wiring. Somebody should, cool. When the warehouse is done, I will be having people come hang. So yeah, anyway, we definitely didn't need to use 20 amp outlets because the load is tiny, but I just wanted it to match, and it's super baller because always overbuild everything. Who knows, maybe one day somebody will need to put a 20 amp load up there, even though they can't really do that. It's the whole circuit. We will do an open house and everything. It kind of depends on when everything's done. All right, have you ever driven an S10 Cyclone? Negative. Yeah, so this is red wire instead of black because this is 3-phase 220. So the phase colors, the proper phase colors are black, blue, and red. So we have 2 circuits of red in the ceiling, 1 circuit of blue and 1 circuit of black. So I need 16 red outlets and 8 blue and 8 black. So that's why red wire. The outlet pigtails are in phase colors, even though they didn't need to be. So, you know, like I said, overbuild everything, make sure it's flawless. Greatest warehouse and shop build in the world. It's just gonna take a very long time with me sitting over here doing it by myself. There are a lot of people working with me though. Obviously my brother is here like all the time. And Scott is here a lot. Scott Barber is in the chat. Zach from Snap Restyling is here a lot, and he may end up wrapping out of here. So that would be cool. And of course, my brother-in-law Eric is here quite a bit as well. So he has definitely been helping a ton. He did the bathrooms with me the first night. We were knocking stuff out. Would you buy Hoovie's Turbo R? I would never, ever, ever recommend or buy another old Rolls Royce. It's like the worst car in the entire world. Michael, thank you so much for your super chat. The VPN service that supports the channel is Surfshark, and we'll be doing another integration this month with those guys. They were really cool. So, Jupiter, Florida, how's it going? Cletus and cars in Houston, that would be fun. When the Rolls is done, we'll come send a set of tires too. I'm glad it did a couple burnouts. Sell the Volt, shoot me an email. It's all yours, cheap. 8 grand, that's the number. I'll get a bunch of emails saying, what's cheap? 8 grand, it's fair. And that's what I want for it. Hoovie's new Lambos are perfection. I would never buy an old Rolls or Turbo R. It's like I built one. Everything needs cut out of that car and thrown away. It's like the worst thing you could ever have. Yeah, 8K is fine for a first gen Volt, I think. And if you come by it, I'll buy a second gen that day. The email is in the channel about. I don't ever mention it or comment it because the spam bots will pick it up. What is 3-phase power? It is 3 phase instead of 1 phase. So the M12 hoodie has heat. That's why it has power. The Velar is really, really cool. Velar is an excellent, well, you want the Velar SVR, right? Have you driven a GTO? Absolutely. Have I worked on one? Maybe a little bit, an LS2 one. Nothing wrong with Hoovie's car because he's like fixed all of it. I just would never recommend that or buy another one. I'd buy a new Rolls Royce all day. Any BMW-based Rolls Royce, I love BMW. You guys know I love BMWs. So that car, you can work on it, and it has a proper braking system, and it's a better car. All the new Rolls Royces are excellent cars, and new starts in like 2004 or something, right? So like, there's a lot of Rolls Royces you can buy and do really well with. Do not buy anything old. It's just pure, like the worst cars ever made. Straight up junk. I'm sure Hoovie will get rid of his soon. It's not one you want to keep around. His Arnage is incredible though. My brother is younger than me. Least favorite thing about YouTube? I don't really know. Tim Fisher, all I want is a shout out. Shout out. There you go. Getting another outlet done here. Highest mileage car you've ever owned? Eric, my brother-in-law, now owns my old truck that now has 600,000 miles on it. 94 GMC, not GMC Sierra. I was gonna say Chevy Silverado. It's a GMC Sierra, not a Denali. 94 with the old whatever that engine is, and a 4L65 in it. And yeah, it has, when I had it, it had 517,000 miles on that beast. Yeah, I have owned a 200,000 mile Passat. That wagon, I think, I'm pretty sure it had almost 200,000. Hoovie loves BMW. We all love BMW. Like, it's great. They're terrible, but man, are they great. Such good cars. So broken. Big turbo N54 or big turbo Duramax? Both. You gotta have a truck and a car, right? You really only have to have a truck. So I answered my own question. Big turbo Duramax is super cool. Don't be scared of BMWs. Just plan on working on them a lot. Opinions on the E46? It's amazing. I loved that last E46 I did. What did I do as a kid to learn about cars? My first car, my dad picked up from some friends of ours, and it needed a clutch and a bunch of other stuff, right? And it was a 4-cylinder, and it was burning oil, and he was like, this can be your first car after you put a clutch in it and rebuild the engine. So that was my first car where I learned to do a lot on cars, but I've been working on small engines all my life, little single-cylinder stuff. So, you know, that's where I learned a lot real fast. We actually ended up buying a whole nother engine, pulling them both apart, and sending the engine to our friend's machine shop, having all that built, and I ended up putting like the ultimate engine back in that car. It was so nice, and that car drove amazing until the day somebody hit me and it was gone. Love that thing. A TRX 400EX. I have my TRX 400 like right behind me, the one we do donuts on in the shop. I have absolutely, and we're gonna put a big engine in the old TRX 400, a 416. Would you buy a Land Rover? Sure. Love those things. Do you like the Lexus brand? Yes. Uh-oh, Elliot's out. His wife has taken over. Ever built a tractor? We're still building one. Do a lawnmower build? Quick single cylinder? Here's the thing, nobody would watch a single cylinder. Kent, thank you so much for your super chat. Ever thought about building your own supercar from scratch? I would probably do a Factory 5 GTM, which is something we were talking about earlier. Accident stories, my '08 Triumph Daytona, 675. So I've got I rode that bike for years and years and years. One day, I hop on that thing, super nice day. I'm not gonna go hooning around or riding around the city. I was running down to Arc City, which is about an hour away. So I threw on my backpack. I love the 4L80. It's one of the best GM transmissions other than the 8-speed, and of course the A10 is incredible. There's your transmissions. Hop on the bike, head out onto the road, right? And I'm doing that warm up the tire thing, going slow, like 30 mile an hour, right? So I pull out onto the road and I do the little that you always do on your sport bike, right? And I go like 1, 2, and when I came back, the back end just slides out. Like the tire was just shot. It doesn't even make any sense. And I went sliding down the road about 40 mile an hour. And that's my big motorcycle accident. That it tore me up. The bike was pretty fine. It started back up. Yeah, the 675 is like one of the greatest super bikes ever. I will eventually buy another 675R, and that'll be a permanent collection piece that I promise I will never ever sell. The Daytona is just so good to ride. Jonathan, thank you so much for your super chat. Would you do a video on fixing a Nissan? Jump back to my 350Z videos. I like working on Nissans. What do you do in your off time? Edit videos so you can see them the same day that I did all the work on the cars. If you just joined, I'm building all of the outlets for the lights. The lights have male 3 prongs on them. So that's why every box gets an outlet, a single gang outlet, and then we'll just put some chain on the lights, hook them on, plug them in, and the lights will go up in minutes. If you were Hoodie, would you buy the Lambos? Yeah. Obviously. The Lambo deal was incredible, once in a lifetime, never happens for anybody. One of the greatest things ever. Who wouldn't? Those cars are going to be amazing. Favorite football team? I don't know. I'm in Kansas, so you say the Chiefs. Other than that, I don't watch a lot of football. I've actually gone to a few Chiefs games too, so. I like those guys. How did you learn to build so many things? Working on a lot of things. Ever been to Menards? Absolutely. Sometimes I'm there. Delete the F-250. Never. It's under warranty. That would void the warranty. What is the shop going to be used for? Making more YouTube videos for you guys. Favorite type of Audi? The R8 with my R8 with a V10. Gated manual. V10. You should sing while you work. I doubt anyone would stay. Dream car. Acritz, thank you so much for your super chat. I do try to stay busy. I work all the time. Ever rebuild a transmission? I would jump back to my rebuilding a Power Glide with my dad that we just did on the Camaro. I've done a ton of 4L60s because my Camaro would just eat 4L60s. Favorite brand funnel for an oil change? None. The answer is none. We use Bluetooth funnels here. You will not convince me to use a funnel. I'm going to make a Bluetooth funnel shirt. You can't steal that from me. I just said it. It's history. So I'm all about never using a funnel, mostly because it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a shirt. First, I really like the Veyron. I really like the F1. But my one car that I need is a Aventador. Because it has a vent. It also has a door. Did Gabe ever finish fixing the VW Beetle? Nah, still working on it. Windows or Mac OS? I have zero preference. I use both all day long. So a funnel that opened via Bluetooth. Well, send it. I will use it. Favorite music? I listen to everything. We talked about that earlier. But yeah, I definitely use Windows and Mac all day long. Interchangeably. I'm on my Mac a little more, because you got to edit on a Mac. Final Cut is the best editor. Jordan, Shop Fund, thank you so much for your super chat. We need it. So the Power Glide is going to stay for a while. The editing rig is just a MacBook i9. I'm going to go to the M2 when it comes out. Yeah, the Power Glide is going to stay for a while. It just doesn't really need to change yet. Plus, the Glide is like the drag racing transmission. No, I don't need a Motorcraft filter. The Wix filter is the greatest in the world. The only truck that I got a special filter for, the Audi gets a Molly, the R8 does, and the BMW did too, but that's just because that's what you end up with. The Viper truck has the Viper filter because Viper people are real picky about it. The Wix filter is better than anything else. Video Bobber and I were just hanging out in Vegas. We took out his Rolls, took out his Cadillac. Go check that out. We had a good time. Favorite Acura? The NSX. I also am a big fan. Makita tools. I'm not a big fan of those. But thank you so much for your super chat. Anyway, what were we talking about? His Rolls Royce and his Cadillac, something like that. And we drove around Vegas in those. We had a lot of fun. Is the LBZ the best pickup ever built? No, the new ones are so much more powerful. But the LBZ is a really good engine if you don't want to have to like delete anything. So, oh yeah, we were talking about Wix filters. What does Wix have over Premium Guard? It's not called Premium Guard. I don't know. But the thing is, Wix like OEMs almost every filter. So you're almost always getting a good filter. As long as it's not a Fram. Best luxury car to buy under $5 grand. I don't know, an old Mercedes. That's probably the answer. Man, you're 300,000 miles on an 07 Ram. That Cummins never dies. Never dies. Will you ever buy a DeLorean? You know, I always wanted one until Tyler's, and now I don't want one anymore. I'm a big Back to the Future fan, but I don't need a DeLorean anymore. It's such a bad car. Ever rebuilt a 5-hour 110? No. I assume that's a Dodge transmission because it sounds like a 48 RE. That's not the Allison, right? The Allison's called the 1000 and 2000. Derby, thank you so much for your super chat. And yeah, we'll do more cheap flips, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I will never buy a Brooklyn SV1. Hoovy did all this. Hoovy did videos on all the bad cars so that we don't have to, you know? He put in the work for you guys. Flip a Fiero? Yeah. Oh, it is a Ford Trans? All right, cool. What Ford has a auto 5-speed? They've had 8 speeds for a while, right? And then, of course, the co-developed A10 is probably the greatest transmission ever. Where did Steven go? I don't know who Steven is. Papa John's, discuss. Pizza Hut, answered. 704 TH350. Do you need to make power or do you want an extra gear? Or whatever. I don't know. TH350 is pretty easy to build. How going to the Freedom Factory? I've been to the Freedom Factory. I don't know when I'll be there next. Whenever Cletus does some like new fun stuff, I have to go check it out. Again, a Skyline, I'd love to do that. Look, I like Papa John's. I just like Pizza Hut more. Rivian, I don't know. They're not real, right? Let me know when they make a car. I've never met Street Speed. Breaking the tabs off the outlets. Dave, don't give me a shout out. Oh, dang it, I did it. Nola's Pizza is really good. Favorite truck? The new Ram Limited and the F250 Platinum, or the F250 Limited, whichever one you want. On the second channel, the Urban Exploring channel, not too soon. I'll be tied up with this for a long time. I figure it's gonna take me a little while to get this whole shop going. Give Rich Rebuild some tips on LS swapping his Tesla. So it looks like he's doing a good job. I mean, it looks like he's kind of making some things happen over there. I don't think he needs any tips from me. Fastest you've gone in a car, 215 GPS verified. We've had the Huracan up there a couple times. Twin turbo Huracan, real good. It'd be cool to go 300 though. That's like the new thing. Everybody's out here going 300 with all their cars. Yeah, all this stuff's going 300. Well, the fake car, right, the Hennessy Venom is, of course, going 300. But lots of the new Bugatti is supposed to go 300, and the SSC whatever is supposed to go 300 if they ever make it work. Why do you own a blue house? Because it was painted blue when I bought it, and I didn't want to repaint it, and it looks good. The answer. Why don't you like Fram filters? Because they fail a lot. That's how you lose engines. Failed oil filters, not good. I've gone, yeah, airplanes that go, I mean, I was going 570 last week or whatever. I think we actually broke 600. In that, it was an Airbus A320, it's a pretty quick plane. A320, it was a 321. And one of them had TVs and one of them was very bad. 80 mile an hour in a Phaeton. Have you considered putting a bunch of your cars on Cars and Bids? No, because I'm not actually planning on getting rid of that many of the cars. I would sell the Porsche, I would sell the Volt, just so I can grab another Volt, and I would sell, there's only like one more I would sell. The 944 I'd sell. Do viewers ever stop by the shop? Sometimes. A couple people have, so. Do you care for the square body Chevy pickup? That's a cool truck. Good truck. Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll have people actually come over. EV conversion? I've always wanted to do an EV conversion. The thing is, they get really, really expensive. If you do it right, and you like just buy the EV stuff, like the best stuff, like Warp 9 motor and the motor controller, you're gonna spend like $25,000 to do a pretty average EV conversion. If you do it the junkyard route, you can kind of save some money. You probably want to use a Volt, right? The Volt is like the go-to drivetrain for everyone because it's, you know, plug-in hybrid, and you don't, with the guy behind you, it's so funny. It's just good, and it's cheap when they're wrecked because there's so many of them. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. EV West charges 25 for a kit, and it should cost about 25,000 to run big motor controller, and a whole lot of batteries. So it's expensive. Thoughts on TJ Hunt? We've done some rallies together. When he took his Miata across the country, I was with him. Evan Shanks was too. Rotary swap anything? Love to. 944 EV? Oh, 944, ooh. Oh, a 944 EV would be really cool though. Think about that. Best car you've ever driven? Well, as far as driving cars go, there's 3 really good ones. And it's the 944 Turbo. I haven't driven the 992, but the 991, the last gen .2. Amazing. I don't think there's anything better as far as driving a car. After that, the AMG GTR Pro it's probably dead even. Like, I was gonna say equal. They're basically equals. Of course, you've got all-wheel drive in the Turbo, and you don't have it in the GTR Pro. But the GTR Pro can do some drifting and really crazy track stuff. And the 992, 991, all those cars, they're just point and shoot rocket ships. Like, it's hard to mess up. In a GTR Pro, you could probably mess up. Something else I drove the other day. Oh yeah, I really, really, really like the gated manual R8. It is a good driver. So that's probably the 3 best driving cars there are, honestly. There might be something I'm missing, but I kind of doubt anything beats the Porsches. They are killers. Do an EV Corrado for no reason. I love it. Hold on. Somebody's here. Let me go look. All right, somebody sent me food. I didn't get swatted. Oh, shut up. I'm always prepared for that. There's signs that say we're filming, and I would definitely be like, yo, chill, I'm streaming. And the Derby cops should know who's here by now. Okay, so somebody just brought me this food, and I have no clue what it is or if it's poison. That's what probably happened here. Whoa. I think this is from Little Buster's. It looks incredible. What a burger. Let me see if this is their fries. I know they're fries. It's not. It's a different fry. Different fryer for sure. We do need a Royal Food Taster. Well, my brother's on the stream for the people asking how the family's doing. And I haven't heard an update on my dad in a minute. So I don't know. I think he's still in ICU. But I will take a quick look and see if there's any new messages here. He got the COVID, and he's got the COVID pneumonia. I said, Jared said he's getting better. These are super spicy. It's not Mr. Beast Burger. I want to try that, though. It's not Freddy's either. Freddy's is very obvious. And then I don't have a new update on my dad. Hopefully tonight. I've always wanted to own a Tesla, but only the Model S or the X. We will invite subscribers when warehouse is done. I'm just gonna eat this. Let's see what this is. I'll see if I can guess it. Kind of looks like iced tea and kind of looks like Coke. It's got some bubbles. Well, sweet. It is Little Busters. Cool. Well, that can never go bad. That's what I had for lunch, too. Are you running VLANs in the warehouse? Yes. I don't know how many yet. Probably physical network, wireless main, wireless guest, AV, and I usually run one more for something else, but 4 VLANs, that'll get it done. Well, huge thank you for the Little Busters. This looks super good. LS swap an RV, that's been done a lot. There's that YouTube video. Yeah, they have data on blood thinners. And a few other, like Mucinex and some other stuff like that. That's the last update I got from the hospital. It is iced tea. Unsweet. Good job. Trying the mystery drink. Yeah, I said thank you for the Little Busters, whoever said it. Needs a VLAN for the IoT stuff? Probably. Oh yeah, I like sweet tea from McDonald's, right? And then unsweet tea everywhere else. So, McDonald's sweet tea is just insane. They must put like 50 pounds of sugar in that stuff. So good. Would you own a Subaru Justy? Yeah. Delete these pickles. Eat these fries. Pepper jack cheese, maybe? Oh. Thank you. Again. Nope. Nobody really... 5 pounds of sugar per batch? That sounds amazing. I gotta put some ketchup on this. Kyle did the old no sauce over there. Oh yeah. Lettuce, tomato, onion. Let me get this pickle going on. We're gonna go gourmet here. Ah, it's falling over. The Burger Mountain. I'm so excited to eat this though. Winged Horse Garage, thank you so much for your super chat. Mango iced tea from Taco Bell? Sounds freaking cool. You are intermodal. Thomas the train is behind me. Kansas is, yes. I definitely have to pause. Actually, I have to stop recording when I hear the train like 2 miles away because you can hear it all on camera like the entire time. So yeah, I have to stop recording like super early, and then we wait for the train to just kind of pass and start rolling again as fast as possible. Man, the sauce compliment is on point. So many ketchups and mustards. David, thank you so much for your super chat. Mango tea is brisk mango fiesta. Oh, that sounds cool too. I have a Twitch channel. It's WatchJRGo. I mean, we actually have a ton of followers, but I never stream. I'm sorry. That's why I wanted to jump on tonight. I was gonna Twitch stream too, but this is just, it's just so much easier. I'm used to hanging out with you guys on here. Tell the train that you're recording and they need to stop. I'll do that. I'll send them a memo. Hey, could you guys just not with the train thing? If he had a cowboy hat on, he's Woody. I don't have boots. Can't be a thing. I don't know what Jaffro is. Never watched it. Never heard of it. Doesn't sound good. It's not even a real word. Getting all this mustard and ketchup going on. I don't mind Bitcoin anymore, but I sure wish I would have kept doing it with what just happened. I mean, we would have paid for the warehouse. Molly's cooking channel. Nah, this is the WatchJRGo burger channel. I eat a lot of burgers. We could probably have a pretty good burger channel. Okay, cool. We got tons of ketchup and mustard on there. This is gonna be delicious. Do you enjoy cigars? No, I don't smoke cigars. I just don't smoke. A lowrider with hydro sounds amazing. If you watch the Fiero build on Legit Streetcars' channel, I tried to buy that. I love that thing to death. Loved it. And I kind of like the culture. Everybody in the lowrider game is they just like their lowriders and just chill. I'm not gonna put a vocal booth in here or anything. No voiceover booth. I thought about building a podcast studio. We'll build a lowrider one of these days, like a legit, super nice, no hacky stuff. I have heard of their Fiero rebuild. Anyway, now I gotta eat. I'm gonna have to jump off here. Pretty excited about this. I love Shake Shack. How have you liked Shake Shack? Never tried it. In and out, not in my state. Well, In and Out's like good, but I just like In and Out because it's In and Out, right? What I like is Shake Shack. And what I really like is that other one that I can't think of. Shake Shack is absolutely killer. A custom wood chop would be really cool, but Josh would probably be able to whip that out. He CNCs so much wood stuff. He already made me a WatchJRGo play button. It's really cool. No, Freddy's is not better than In-N-Out, but Freddy's is good. Man, we had In-N-Out like a couple days ago in Vegas. But I just love Shake Shack so much that I can't think of anything else now. Anyway, we're gonna jump off here. It was a 2-hour stream. I can probably get the rest of these outlets done really fast after I jump off. And I'm gonna eat this burger and get right back to work. I gotta have all this wrapped up tonight. Hopefully we can get it all piped in and finished in the morning. Yeah, I saw it. Somebody keeps commenting, egg slut. Best breakfast I ever had in my life. Man, that's not what I'm thinking of at all, obviously, but the biscuit, off the chain. I've never had a biscuit so good. And then the sausage, egg, and cheese or whatever, it's turkey sausage, which is like unfortunate because I wanted the real thing, but man, oh, what a breakfast. Five Guys is just mediocre. We have Five Guys here. You know what the other thing that's really good is the one that stamps their burgers. BurgerFi, those guys, off the chain. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll do it again soon. No video tonight. That's why we jumped on stream here so we could just hang out and work. I got to keep working. I'm going to have all this done tonight, so that's why there won't be a video. The next one will probably be the X5. So, again, thank you guys for watching. Have a great night. I don't have another story. If I tell another story, it'll be cold. I got to eat. All right. Thank you guys.